never knew we were collecting the moments we'd miss the most. Sunday mornings in the kitchen, your sleepy smile across the room. You'd steal a sip from my coffee, I'd pretend that I was mad. We laughed through all the little things, certain we'd always have them back. We kept saying there's always next time, like tomorrow had our names. We never imagined forever could quietly change its mind. Looking back, it wasn't the vacations, the birthdays or the celebrations. It was the ordinary days, they were the ones that made our life. Before life changed its mind, we were already living our dream. We just didn't know how rare those moments were. I thought happiness would be louder, something impossible to miss. But it was hiding in your laughter, in the way you'd reach for my hand, in the silence that never felt empty, as long as you were there. Before life changed its mind, I never knew I was home. Now I catch myself smiling at things you never get to hear. A joke you laughed too hard at, a sunset you'd ask me to stop and watch. I still turn to tell you about my day before remembering you're gone. Some habits aren't hard to break, they're impossible. People tell me time changes everything. Maybe it changes the calendar, maybe it changes the mirror, but it never changed the place where you still live inside my heart. If I could return to one single day, I wouldn't choose our first kiss, I wouldn't choose the day we met. I'd choose one random Tuesday, no special plans, no perfect sunset, just you humming in the next room, me pretending not to watch you smile because I finally understand. Those were the moments I was going to spend the rest of my life missing. Before life changed its mind, I thought forever was a promise. Now I know forever can fit inside a memory. If I have one regret, it isn't that we loved too deeply, it's that I never realized I was standing inside the happiest chapter of my life. While it was still being written, if I'd known those ordinary days would become extraordinary memories, I would have held you longer, listened closer, loved louder, and never let a single moment feel ordinary again. Maybe that's what heartbreak really is, not missing the grand moments, but spending the rest of your life longing for the ordinary days you never knew were priceless. We spoke about the future like it was already ours, picking names for children, laughing over little houses. You'd say one day we'll look back at this, and I'd smile without a doubt. Neither of us knew life was listening. We filled tomorrow with promises, never thinking to hold today. We were so busy planning forever, we forgot forever begins in ordinary moments. Now I understand why memories hurt, not because they're gone, but because they were once too beautiful to imagine ending. I thought we had a lifetime, a million mornings left to wait beside you, 1,000 sunsets left to chase, a million reasons left to stay. I never rushed to say I love you, because I thought there'd always be another chance. Now every unsaid word echoes louder than the ones I spoke. I thought we had a lifetime, but life had other plans. The world kept turning without asking me. The seasons changed like nothing happened. Flowers still bloomed every spring, birds still sang outside my window. It's strange how nature never pauses for the heart that's breaking. Only the person who's left behind knows the world has changed forever. I still buy your favorite flowers sometimes, not because you're coming home, but because love still remembers the things time forgot. If I could go back, I wouldn't try to change our ending. I'd change the way I lived the beginning. I'd stay a little longer after every goodbye. I'd kiss your forehead one more time. I'd never leave a room without making sure you knew you were loved beyond words. Because the greatest tragedy isn't loving someone and losing them, it's realizing too late how many beautiful moments you walked through without noticing. I thought we had a lifetime, enough time to grow old together, enough time to forgive every mistake, to chase every dream, to finish every conversation. Now all I have are unfinished tomorrows, still calling out your name. If love can outlive goodbye, then maybe you're still walking beside me in every quiet step I take. And maybe one day when my journey reaches yours again, we'll pick up our story right where life left it unfinished. I thought we had a lifetime, maybe forever. Was never about how long we had. Maybe it was about how completely you became my home. Some people say love ends when two hearts are separated. I think real love begins the day distance can no longer erase it. If someone had told me that love could end without a warning, I would have stayed a little longer. Every time you hugged me goodbye, I would have memorized the way you laughed when you couldn't stop smiling, the way your eyes disappeared every time you looked at me. We spent our days making plans, thinking life was patiently waiting. We kept saving our dreams for later, never realizing later isn't promised. Now I understand the most beautiful moments in life never asked to be remembered. They simply become unforgettable. If love could ask for one more day, it wouldn't ask for forever. Just one sunrise beside you, one more drive with nowhere to be, one more dinner that lasts too long, one more laugh that steals my breath. Because I finally know life was never made of big moments. It was made of 1,000 little ones that only became priceless after you were gone. If love could ask for one more day, I'd spend every second thanking you. I still find pieces of us in places that never changed. A coffee shop on the corner, the park where autumn found us, the old songs we sang off-key with the windows rolled down. The world kept moving forward, but those places are still waiting for you. Sometimes I wonder if you're somehow watching over me, if you've seen the person I've become, the smiles I've learned to fake, the strength I never wanted to need. I hope you still recognize me, because every good part of me was shaped by loving you. If I could send one message across every mile between heaven and earth, it wouldn't be come back, it would be thank you. Thank you for teaching me that the greatest love stories aren't measured by how long they last. They're measured by how deeply they change us. If love could ask for one more day, I'd never waste it chasing tomorrow. I'd hold your hand through every silence, watch every sunset to the end, listen to every story like it was the first time I'd heard it. I'd love you without rushing, without assuming, without believing there'd always be another chance. Because losing you taught me the cruelest truth I'll ever know. The best days of our lives are usually the ones we don't realize we're living. If love could ask for one more day, I'd make sure you never had to wonder just how much you meant to me. Some people leave us memories. You left me a different way of seeing life, a heart that will never again mistake an ordinary day for an ordinary gift. You kissed my forehead like always, picked up your keys and smiled. You said I'll be back before dinner. Like every other time, I watched you disappear down the street, never thinking to wave twice. No part of me imagined that ordinary moment would become the memory I'd replay for the rest of my life. If I had known, I would have stopped the world right there. And no one teaches that the last time you see someone rarely feels like the last. It feels like every day before it. We didn't know we were saying goodbye. We thought we were saying see you later. We left words unsaid, dreams unfinished, promises waiting for tomorrow. Now tomorrow feels like a place I can never reach again. If I could live one moment twice, I'd choose that ordinary afternoon, because I finally understand the smallest goodbye can leave the biggest silence. We didn't know we were saying goodbye. That's why my heart still waits. Now I catch myself remembering things that never seemed important. The way you tuck your hair behind your ear, the way you'd always steal the last bite, the way you look out the car window when your favorite song came on. Love never leaves us with the grand moments, it leaves us with the little ones. Sometimes I smile before I cry, because for one brief second the memory feels so real that I forget you've gone. If heaven ever grants one miracle, don't send me back to our wedding day. Don't send me back to the day we first met. Take me to one ordinary evening, the television playing in the background, your head resting on my shoulder. Nothing special happening at all, because that's where forever was hiding. We didn't know we were saying goodbye. We were just living another day, never realizing that life was quietly closing the chapter while we were still writing it. Now every sunrise reminds me not to rush through the people I love, not to save kindness for tomorrow, not to leave I love you for another day, because forever doesn't always announce its ending. Sometimes it simply slips away in the middle of an ordinary life. The greatest heartbreak wasn't losing you, it was realizing that while I was busy planning our future, I was already living the days I'd spend the rest of my life wishing I could have back. We stood at the edge of forever, with nothing but hope in our hands, talking about places we'd travel, the little house we'd someday paint. You laugh and say we'd grow old together, arguing over the smallest things. Back then the future felt so close, like we could almost touch it. We never knew life was listening, we never knew it had different plans. The cruelest thing about time is that it lets you believe you have enough of it. The life we thought was just beginning ended before it found its way. We had a became the dream that never woke. Now every year adds another candle, another birthday without your name. Friends have children, homes and stories, while I'm still visiting our unfinished dreams. Sometimes I wonder if somewhere beyond this world there's another version of us who gotta keep every promise. I hope they're still laughing the way we used to. People tell me not to live in what if, but they don't understand. I'm not trapped in the past, I'm grieving a future that never had the chance to exist. How do you let go of memories you never got to make? The life we thought was just beginning still lives inside my heart, in every empty chair beside me, in every sunset I'd have shared with you, in every dream that still forgets you're gone until I wake. If love truly survives forever, then ours must still be building the home we never finished. And one day, when this long road finally ends, I hope you'll meet me at the front door, like you've only been waiting a little while. The saddest part wasn't that our story ended, it was that we spent so much time planning the chapters we never got the chance to write. I never thanked you for waiting when I was difficult, for understanding the silence I could never explain, for believing in the man I could become long before I believed in myself. I thought there'd always be time to tell you all of that. I never thanked you for turning ordinary days into the kind of memories that keep a lonely heart alive. Love isn't only remembered by the words we said, sometimes it's remembered by the gratitude we never spoke. There are so many things I never thanked you for making every broken piece of me feel worthy of being loved, for teaching me that home was never a place, it was wherever your heart was. If I could have one conversation back, I wouldn't ask you to stay. I'd simply look into your eyes and finally say, thank you for changing my life. I understand you differently now. I noticed the sacrifices. I was too young to see the nights you stayed away, worrying the dreams you quietly set aside, just so mine could keep growing. Funny how love becomes clearer after the person is gone. You spend years searching for answers, only to find them inside old memories. If heaven lets love cross the distance, I hope gratitude can too. I hope every heartbeat can people leave behind photographs. You left behind a better version of me, and I'll spend the rest of my life trying to be someone you'd still be proud to love. I used to believe if two hearts loved each other enough, nothing could pull them apart. Love would always find a way. That's what the movies promised. That's what our younger hearts believed. Then life arrived, not as a villain, just as something stronger than our plans. We didn't stop loving each other, we just couldn't stop time. The hardest lessons never come with anger. They arrive quietly, looking exactly like home. The day I realized love wasn't enough, a part of me stopped believing it forever. Not because our love was weak, but because life can be stronger than the dreams two people share. I learned that hearts can stay faithful long after hands let go, and that sometimes the greatest love stories are the ones that never get the ending they deserve. I used to think heartbreak was hearing you say goodbye, but heartbreak is much quieter than that. It's reaching for your phone to tell someone the good news, then remembering there isn't a number to call. It's hearing a song and smiling before the pain arrives. It's surviving the day, then missing you the moment the world finally goes silent. If I had known love alone couldn't keep us together, I still would have chosen you, because some people change your life without staying in it forever. And maybe that's the kind of love people spend their whole lives searching for. The day I realized love wasn't enough, I also realized something else. Even though I couldn't keep you, I could keep becoming the person your love inspired me to be. So every kindness I offer, every dream I refuse to give up on, every time I choose hope instead of bitterness, a part of you is still alive in me. Because love doesn't always stay in the form we expect. Sometimes it becomes the quiet strength that carries us through the rest of our lives. I lost the future we dreamed about, but I'll never lose the person your love taught me to become. I kept putting little things away, saving them for another day, another trip we'd finally take, another photograph to frame. I thought there'd be more anniversaries, more winters by your side. I never imagined life could end a story before we reached the best part. We were so busy making plans that we forgot to notice we were already living the days we'd one day ache to have again. No one ever tells you that forever doesn't disappear all at once. It leaves one ordinary moment at a time. I thought we had a lifetime, a million mornings left to wake beside you, 1,000 sunsets left to chase, so many I love yous. I never felt the need to hurry. Now I trade every tomorrow for one forgotten yesterday, because the greatest mistake I ever made was believing there would always be more time. I thought we had a lifetime, until life reminded me we didn't. Now every little habit feels sacred, the way you wait for me at the door, the way you'd fall asleep during movies, then ask how they ended, the way you'd always leave half your coffee unfinished. Back then they were ordinary moments, now they're the pieces of you I hold closer than anything. It's strange, the things we remember are never the grand occasions, they're the quiet moments that never asked to be remembered. If I could go back, I wouldn't change our ending. I'd change the way I lived the middle. I'd stop checking the time, I'd stay for one more conversation. I'd hold your hand even when there was no reason to, because love was never waiting for a special occasion. It was happening every ordinary day. I thought we had a lifetime, enough years to say everything, enough seasons to fix every mistake, enough tomorrows to become the people we dreamed we'd be. But love isn't measured by how many years we're given, it's measured by how completely someone changes the way we see the world. And you changed mine forever. So even though our story ended early, I will never call it unfinished, because in the time you loved me, you gave me more life than a lifetime without you ever could. I used to think the greatest gift was having more time. Now I know the greatest gift was that for a little while I got to spend my life with you. The morning after you were gone, the sun still climbed into the sky, the birds still sang outside my window, people still hurried past my street. Nothing in the world seemed broken except mine. I remember standing there almost angry at the daylight. How could the world continue when my whole world had just ended? That's the strange thing about grief. It teaches you that life doesn't stop, even when your heart does. Everyone told me you'll learn to live again. No one told me I'd have to learn how to live in a world that no longer had you. The world kept turning without you, but I stayed where you left me. Every season found its way back home, mine never did. The streets remembered my footsteps, but forgot the sound of yours. People called it moving forward, I called it carrying a love too beautiful to leave behind. The world kept turning without you. I just learned how to walk inside its silence. Years have passed now, I've smiled in photographs, I've celebrated birthdays, I've learned new places, met new faces, built a life that looks complete. But there are moments no one else ever sees. When I hear a song you would have turned up too loud, when I laugh at something you would have laughed at first, when I reach for my phone to tell you the good news before remembering there isn't anywhere left to send it. Those are the moments where time gives me back to you. I used to think healing meant loving you less. Now I know better. Healing is learning how to carry your absence without letting it bury the love you gave me. Because love was never the wound, love was always the reason I survived it. The world kept turning without you, and one day I did too. Not because I left you behind, but because I finally understood. You were never behind me, you were in every kind word I speak, every hand I choose to hold, every chance I take, every fear I overcome. You didn't disappear, you became the quiet voice that still reminds me to slow down, to love deeply, to forgive quickly, to never waste an ordinary day. The world kept turning without you, but everything beautiful I still see. I see because you once showed me how. People think the greatest loss is losing someone you love. It isn't. The greatest loss would be forgetting the way they taught your heart to love the world. And because of you, I never will. There are words still waiting on my tongue, conversations time never let us have. Questions that no longer need answers, dreams that never got the chance to grow old. We thought life would give us 1,000 ordinary evenings, enough time to become strangers to our youth, enough years to laugh about the days we struggled. We didn't know some stories are interrupted, not because they run out of love, but because they run out of time. I used to think an unfinished story meant failure. Now I know some stories are complete simply because they were real. We never finished our love, we only finished our time. There are still sunsets with your name on them, still songs that belong to your smile. Every promise we couldn't keep lives quietly inside me, like a house whose lights are still on long after everyone has gone. We never finished our love, it just became a place I visit every time I close my eyes. I don't wonder who you'd be today, I wonder who we'd be together. Will we still dance in the kitchen? Will we still argue over nothing? Would your hand still find mine without either of us thinking? People say it's dangerous to imagine the life you never had, maybe. But sometimes those dreams are all that's left of forever. If I ever see you again, don't ask me how I've been, just walk beside me. Let's talk about ordinary things, what the sky looked like this morning, how the coffee tastes, how the flowers came back this spring. Because love was never built on extraordinary moments, it was built on the quiet miracle of simply sharing a life. We never finished our love, and maybe we never needed to, because you gave me something that even goodbye couldn't take. You taught me that love isn't measured by how long two people stay together. It's measured by the way one heart continues beating inside another. So if this is where our story ends, let it also be where gratitude begins. Because I'd rather carry a lifetime of missing you than live a lifetime never having loved you at all. Some loves end with a goodbye, ours never did. It simply became the quiet part of my soul that still whispers your name whenever the world grows still. We never talked about endings, only beginnings. The places we'd grow into, the names we'd give our children. The old porch where we'd watch the rain, the gray hair we'd laugh about someday. We built a future so carefully that I can still walk through it in my mind. Every room has your laughter, every window holds your light. Every dream still waits exactly where we left it, like it never learned you were gone. The heart doesn't break because love disappears. It breaks because love has nowhere left to arrive. I've been carrying the weight of an almost forever, a life that came close enough to feel real in my hands, but slipped away before I could hold it. I don't miss the ending, I miss the middle, the ordinary mornings, the unfinished conversations, the future that quietly called us by our first names. I've been carrying the weight of an almost forever, and some days it feels heavier than goodbye. People think grief is remembering, but grief is forgetting for one beautiful second. It's laughing at something funny, turning to tell the person you love, and needing silence instead. It's hearing your favorite song and smiling before the ache arrives. It's reaching for another plate before remembering there's only one. The cruelest moments aren't the painful ones, they're the hopeful ones, the moments my heart still believes you'll walk through the door. Greatest days of our lives. I've been carrying the weight of it almost forever, but I finally learned that love was never measured by forever. It was measured by the way you changed me. Before you, I was only existing. With you, I discovered what living truly felt like. After you, I learned that the deepest love doesn't disappear. It becomes the voice that reminds you to be kinder, to hold people a little longer, to say I love you before walking away, and to never believe there's always another tomorrow. Even if forever was taken from us, no one can take away the beautiful truth that for one unforgettable chapter of my life, I was completely and deeply loved by you. Maybe that's why I still miss you, not because I can't accept goodbye, but because meeting you was the closest my heart has ever come to forever. We always thought the best was coming, a better job, a bigger house, another trip, another summer, and other reasons to celebrate. We were so busy looking ahead that we never noticed we were already living days we'd one day miss the most. Nobody tells you that while you're waiting for life to begin, life is quietly happening. Maybe we were the good old days. Maybe those nights were everything. The cheap coffee, the long drives, the conversations that never seemed to end. I thought happiness would last forever, so I never stopped to hold it close. Now every memory reminds me how beautiful an ordinary life can be. Maybe we were the good old days. We just didn't know it yet. Sometimes I smile at the smallest things. A song you used to sing, a place we always visited, a joke only we understood. The world keeps changing around me, but those little moments never do. They stay exactly as they were, waiting for me whenever I need you. If I could go back, I wouldn't try to change our story. I'd simply slow it down. I'd stay a little longer after every goodbye. Take one more picture, hold your hand for no reason at all, because love was never hiding in the big moments. It was always there in the little ones. Maybe we were the good old days. Maybe that's why they still feel so close. You may be gone, but the life we shared still reminds me how to smile. I don't carry our memories because I can't move on. I carry them because they made me who I am. And if someone asked me what the happiest time of my life was, I'll think of us before either of us knew. Those ordinary days would become forever. The good old days never feel special while you're living them. They become special when they're all that's left to remember. Never tried to make perfect memories. We were just living, running late for dinner, watching movies we never finished, taking the long way home, just because we liked being together. Back then it all felt so ordinary. Now those moments mean everything. It's strange how life works. The days you barely notice become the ones you never forget. We were just living, never thinking we were making memories. I thought there would always be another morning, another weekend, another year. I never imagined the little things would become the big ones. Now I'd give anything to go back to one ordinary day when loving you was simply part of my routine. I still remember the way you'd smile when you caught me looking at you, the way you reached for my hand without saying a word. Those moments didn't seem important then, but now they're the ones I hold on to the most. If I could live one day again, I wouldn't choose a holiday or some unforgettable adventure. I'd choose an average Tuesday, the kind of day we would have forgotten if it hadn't become impossible to have again. We were just living, and somehow that became the greatest gift. Not because everything was perfect, but because we were together. I finally understand that happiness isn't something you find once. It's something you quietly live without realizing how precious it is. We were just living, and those were the best days of my life. I thought life was waiting somewhere in the future. I never realized it was sitting beside me the whole time. We left little things for later. The trip we wanted to take, the pictures we kept meaning to print, the conversations we'd finish someday. We always believed there would be another weekend, another season, another chance to slow down. We didn't know life was counting the days while we weren't. The hardest part of looking back is seeing how rich we already were without knowing it. We thought love had time, time to grow, time to forgive, time to say everything we forgot to say. But time has never belonged to anyone. It only lets us borrow a few beautiful moments, then quietly ask for them back. We thought love had time, so we never imagined how quickly forever could become a memory. Now I understand why you always wanted to stay a little longer, why you'd stop to watch the sunset or take the longer road home. You weren't wasting time, you were living it. I was too busy looking ahead to notice we were already there. If I could go back, I wouldn't ask for a different ending. I'd ask for a different way of seeing. I noticed your laugh a little more. I put my phone away sooner. I'd hold your hand even when there was no reason to, because love was never waiting. greatest mistake I ever made was believing there would always be another chance. We never knew we were collecting the moments we missed the most. Sunday mornings in the kitchen, your sleepy smile across the room. You'd steal a sip from my coffee, I'd pretend that I was mad. We laughed through all the little things, certain we'd always have them back. We kept saying there's always next time, like tomorrow had our names. We never imagined forever could quietly change his mind. Looking back, it wasn't the vacations, the birthdays or the celebrations. It was the ordinary days. They were the ones that made a life before life changed its mind. We were already living our dream. We just didn't know how rare those moments were. I thought happiness would be louder, something impossible to miss, but it was hiding in your laughter, in the way you'd reach for my hand, in the silence that never felt empty, as long as you were there. Before life changed its mind, I never knew I was home. Now I catch myself smiling at things you never get to hear. A joke you laughed too hard at, a sunset you'd ask me to stop and watch. I still turn to tell you about my day before remembering you're gone. Some habits aren't hard to break, they're impossible. People tell me time changes everything. Maybe it changes the calendar, maybe it changes the mirror, but it never changed the place where you still live inside my heart. If I could return to one single day, I wouldn't choose our first kiss, I wouldn't choose the day we met, I'd choose one random Tuesday. No special plans, no perfect sunset, just you humming in the next room, me pretending not to watch you smile, because I finally understand those were the moments I was going to spend the rest of my life missing. Before life changed its mind, I thought forever was a promise. Now I know forever can fit inside a memory. If I have one regret, it isn't that we loved too deeply, it's that I never realized I was standing inside the happiest chapter of my life, while it was still being written. If I'd known those ordinary days would become extraordinary memories, I would have held you longer, listened closer, loved louder, and never let a single moment feel ordinary again. Maybe that's what heartbreak really is, not missing the grand moments, but spending the rest of your life longing for the ordinary days you never knew were priceless. spoke about the future like it was already ours, picking names for children, laughing over little houses. You'd say one day we'll look back at this, and I'd smile without a doubt. Neither of us knew life was listening. We filled tomorrow with promises, never thinking to hold today. We were so busy planning forever, we forgot forever begins in ordinary moments. Now I understand why memories hurt, not because they're gone, but because they were once too beautiful to imagine ending. I thought we had a lifetime, a million mornings left to wake beside you, 1,000 sunsets left to chase, a million reasons left to stay. I never rushed to say I love you, because I thought there'd always be another chance. Now every unsaid word echoes louder than the ones I spoke. I thought we had a lifetime, but life had other plans. The world kept turning without asking me. The seasons changed like nothing happened. Flowers still bloomed every spring, birds still sang outside my window. It's strange how nature never pauses for the heart that's breaking. Only the person who's left behind knows the world has changed forever. I still buy your favorite flowers sometimes, not because you're coming home, but because love still remembers the things time forgot. If I could go back, I wouldn't try to change your ending. I'd change the way I lived the beginning. I'd stay a little longer after every goodbye. I'd kiss your forehead one more time. I'd never leave a room without making sure you knew you were loved beyond words. Because the greatest tragedy isn't loving someone and losing them, it's realizing too late how many beautiful moments you walked through without noticing. I thought we had a lifetime, enough time to grow old together, enough time to forgive every mistake, to chase every dream, to finish every conversation. Now all I have are unfinished tomorrows, still calling out your name. If love can outlive goodbye, then maybe you're still walking beside me in every quiet step I take. And maybe one day, when my journey reaches yours again, we'll pick up our story right where life left it unfinished. I thought we had a lifetime. Maybe forever was never about how long we had. Maybe it was about how completely you became my home. Some people say love ends when two hearts are separated. I think real love begins the day distance can no longer erase it. had told me that love could end without a warning, I would have stayed a little longer every time you hugged me goodbye. I would have memorized the way you laughed when you couldn't stop smiling, the way your eyes disappeared every time you looked at me. We spent our days making plans, thinking life was patiently waiting. We kept saving our dreams for later, never realizing later isn't promised. Now I understand the most beautiful moments in life never asked to be remembered. They simply become unforgettable. If love could ask for one more day, it wouldn't ask for forever. Just one sunrise beside you, one more drive with nowhere to be, one more dinner that lasts too long, one more laugh that steals my breath, because I finally know life was never made of big moments. It was made of 1,000 little ones that only became priceless after you were gone. If love could ask for one more day, I'd spend every second thanking you. I still find pieces of us in places that never changed. A coffee shop on the corner, the park where autumn found us, the old songs we sang off key. With the windows rolled down, the world kept moving forward, but those places are still waiting for you. Sometimes I wonder if you're somehow watching over me, if you've seen the person I've become, the smiles I've learned to fake, the strength I never wanted to need. I hope you'd still recognize me, because every good part of me was shaped by loving you. If I could send one message across every mile between heaven and earth, it wouldn't be come back, it would be thank you. Thank you for teaching me that the greatest love stories aren't measured by how long they last, they're measured by how deeply they change us. If love could ask for one more day, I'd never waste it chasing tomorrow. I'd hold your hand through every silence, watch every sunset to the end, listen to every story like it was the first time I'd heard it. I'd love you without rushing, without assuming, without believing there'd always be another chance, because losing you taught me the cruelest truth I'll ever know. The best days of our lives are usually the ones we don't realize we're living. If love could ask for one more day, I'd make sure you never had to wonder just how much you meant to me. Some people leave us memories. You left me a different way of seeing life, a heart that will never again mistake an ordinary day for an ordinary gift. You kissed my forehead like always, picked up your keys and smiled You said I'll be back before dinner. Like every other time, I watched you disappear down the street, never thinking to wave twice. No part of me imagined that ordinary moment would become the memory I'd replay for the rest of my life. If I had known, I would've stopped the world right there. No one teaches you that the last time you see someone really feels like the last. It feels like every day before it. We didn't know we were saying goodbye. We thought we were saying see you later. We left words unsaid, dreams unfinished, promises waiting for tomorrow. Now tomorrow feels like a place I can never reach again. If I could live one moment twice, I'd choose that ordinary afternoon. Because I finally understand the smallest goodbye can leave the biggest silence. We didn't know we were saying goodbye. That's why my heart still waits. Now I catch myself remembering things that never seemed important. The way you tuck your hair behind your ear, the way you'd always steal the last bite, the way you'd look out the car window when your favorite song came on. Love never leaves us with the grand moments, it leaves us with the little ones. Sometimes I smile before I cry, because for one brief second the memory feels so real that I forget you've gone. If heaven ever grants one miracle, don't send me back to our wedding day. Don't send me back to the day we first met. Take me to one ordinary evening, the television playing in the background, your head resting on my shoulder, nothing special happening at all, because that's where forever was hiding. We didn't know we were saying goodbye, we were just living another day, never realizing that life was quietly closing the chapter while we were still writing it. Now every sunrise reminds me not to rush through the people I love, not to save kindness for tomorrow, not to leave. I love you for another day, because forever doesn't always announce its ending. Sometimes it simply slips away in the middle of an ordinary life. The greatest heartbreak wasn't losing you, it was realizing that while I was busy planning our future, I was already living the days I'd spend the rest of my life, wishing I could have back. We stood at the edge of forever, with nothing but hope in our hands, talking about places we'd travel, the little house we'd someday paint, You'd laugh and say we'd grow together, arguing over the smallest things. Back then the future felt so close, like we could almost touch it. We never knew life was listening. We never knew it had different plans. The cruelest thing about time is that it lets you believe you have enough of it. The life we thought was just beginning ended before it found its way. We had 1,000 unopened mornings, a million words we never got to say. I don't just miss the love we share, I miss the people we were becoming, the parents we'd have been, the wrinkles we'd have earned, the quiet nights we call ordinary. The life we thought was just beginning became the dream that never woke. Now every year adds another candle, another birthday without your name. Friends have children, homes and stories, while I'm still visiting our unfinished dreams. Sometimes I wonder if somewhere beyond this world there's another version of us who gotta keep every promise. I hope they're still laughing the way we used to. People tell me not to live in what if, but they don't understand. I'm not trapped in the past, I'm grieving a future that never had the chance to exist. How do you let go of memories you never got to make? The life we thought was just beginning still lives inside my heart, in every empty chair beside me, in every sunset I'd have shared with you, in every dream that still forgets you're gone until I wake. If love truly survives forever, then ours must still be building the home we never finished. And one day, when this long road finally ends, I hope you meet me at the front door, like you've only been waiting a little while. The saddest part wasn't that our story ended, it was that we spent so much time planning the chapters we never got the chance to write. I never thanked you for waiting when I was difficult, for understanding the silence I could never explain, for believing in the man I could become. Long before I believed in myself, I thought there'd always be time to tell you all of that. I never thanked you for turning ordinary days into the kind of memories that keep a lonely heart alive. remembered by the gratitude we never spoke. There are so many things I never thanked you for making every broken piece of me feel worthy of being loved, for teaching me that home was never a place, it was wherever your heart was. If I could have one conversation back, I wouldn't ask you to stay. I'd simply look into your eyes and finally say, thank you for changing my life. I understand you differently now. I noticed the sacrifices I was too young to see. The night you stayed awake worrying, the dreams you quietly set aside just so mine could keep growing. Funny how love becomes clearer after the person is gone. You spend years searching for answers, only to find them inside old memories. If heaven lets love cross the distance, I hope gratitude can too. I hope every heartbeat carries one more thank you to wherever you are, because my lips never said enough, but my soul never stopped meeting it. There are so many things I never thanked you for every ordinary morning that felt extraordinary because of you, for every quiet hug that fixed what words never could, for loving me when I was still learning how to love myself. If this life gives me nothing else, it already gave me you, and that will always be the greatest gift I've ever received. So if somehow you can't hear me, please know this: I didn't realize you were becoming the most beautiful chapter of my life, until you became the one I could never read again. Some people leave behind photographs you left behind, a better version of me, and I'll spend the rest of my life trying to be someone you'd still be proud to love. I used to believe if two hearts loved each other enough, nothing could pull them apart. Love would always find a way, that's what the movies promised, that's what our younger hearts believed. Then life arrived, not as a villain, just as something stronger than our plans. We didn't stop loving each other, we just couldn't stop time. The hardest lessons never come with anger, they arrive quietly, looking exactly like hope. The day I realized love wasn't enough, a part of me stopped believing in forever. Not because our love was weak, but because life can stay faithful long after hands let go, and that sometimes the greatest love stories are the ones that never get the ending they deserve. I used to think heartbreak was hearing you say goodbye, but heartbreak is much quieter than that. It's reaching for your phone to tell someone the good news, then remembering there isn't a number to call. It's hearing a song and smiling before the pain arrives. It's surviving the day, then missing you the moment the world finally goes silent. If I had known love alone couldn't keep us together, I still would have chosen you. Because some people change your life without staying in it forever, and maybe that's the kind of love people spend their whole life searching for. The day I realized love wasn't enough, I also realized something else. Even though I couldn't keep you, I could keep becoming the person your love inspired me to be. So every kindness I offer, every dream I refuse to give up on, every time I choose hope instead of bitterness, a part of you is still alive in me. Because love doesn't always stay in the form we expect. Sometimes it becomes the quiet strength that carries us through the rest of our lives. I lost the future we dreamed about, but I'll never lose the person your love taught me to become. I kept putting little things away, saving them for another day, another trip we'd finally take, another photograph to frame. I thought there'd be more anniversaries, more winters by your side. I never imagined life could end the story before we reached the best part. We were so busy making plans that we forgot to notice we were already living the days we'd one day ache to have again. No one ever tells you that forever doesn't disappear all at once. It leaves one ordinary moment at a time. I thought we had a lifetime, a million mornings left to wake beside you, 1,000 sunsets left to chase, so many I love yous. I never felt the need to hurry. Now I trade every tomorrow for one forgotten yesterday, because the greatest mistake I ever made was believing there would always be more time. I thought we had a lifetime, until life reminded me we didn't. Now every little habit feels sacred, The way you'd wait for me at the door, the way you'd fall asleep during movies, then ask how they ended. The way you'd always leave half your coffee unfinished. Back then they were ordinary moments. Now they're the pieces of you I hold closer than anything. It's strange, the things we remember are never the grand occasions. They're the quiet moments that never asked to be remembered. If I could go back, I wouldn't change our ending. I'd change the way I live the middle. I'd stop checking the time, I'd stay for one more conversation. I'd hold your hand, even when there was no reason to, because love was never waiting for a special occasion. It was happening every ordinary day. I thought we had a lifetime, enough years to say everything, enough seasons to fix every mistake, enough tomorrows to become the people we dreamed we'd be. But love isn't measured by how many years we're given, it's measured by how completely someone changes the way we see the world. And you changed mine forever. So even though our story ended early, I will never call it unfinished, because in the time you loved me, you gave me more life than a lifetime without you ever could. I used to think the greatest gift was having more time. Now I know the greatest gift was that for a little while I got to spend my life with you. The sun still climbed into the sky. The birds still sang outside my window. People still hurried past my street. Nothing in the world seemed broken except mine. I remember standing there, almost angry at the daylight. How could the world continue when my whole world had just ended? That's the strange thing about grief. It teaches you that life doesn't stop, even when your heart does. Everyone told me you'll learn to live again. No one told me I'd have to learn how to live in a world that no longer had you. The world kept turning without you, but I stayed where you left me. Every season found its way back home, I never did. The streets remember my footsteps, but forgot the sound of yours. People called it moving forward, I called it carrying a love too beautiful to leave behind. The world kept turning without you. I just learned how to walk inside its silence. Years have passed now, I've smiled in photographs, I've celebrated birthdays, I've learned new places, met new faces, built a life that looks complete. But there are moments first sees. When I hear a song you would have turned up too loud. When I laugh at something you would have laughed at first. When I reach for my phone to tell you the good news, before remembering there isn't anywhere left to send it. Those are the moments where time gives me back to you. I used to think healing meant loving you less. Now I might know better. Healing is learning how to carry your absence without letting it bury the love you gave me. Because love was never the wound, love was always the reason I survived it. The world kept turning without you, and one day I did too. Not because I left you behind, but because I finally understood. You were never behind me. You were in every kind word I speak, every hand I choose to hold, every chance I take, every fear I overcome. You didn't disappear. You became the quiet voice that still reminds me to slow down, to love deeply, to forgive quickly, to never waste an ordinary day. The world kept turning without you, but everything beautiful I still see. I see because you once showed me how. People think the greatest loss is losing someone you love. It isn't. The greatest loss would be forgetting the way they taught your heart to love the world. And because of you, I never will. We never talked about endings, only beginnings. The places we'd grow into, the names we'd give our children. The old porch where we'd watch the rain, the gray hair we laugh about someday. We built a future so carefully that I can still walk through it in my mind. Every room has your laughter, every window holds your light. Every dream still waits exactly where we left it, like it never learned you were gone. The heart doesn't break because love disappears. It breaks because love has nowhere left to arrive. I've been carrying the weight of an almost forever, a life that came close enough to feel real in my hands, but slipped away before I could hold it. I don't miss the ending, I miss the middle. The ordinary mornings, the unfinished conversations, the future they quietly called us by our first names. I've been carrying the weight of an almost forever, and some days it feels heavier than goodbye. People think grief is remembering, but grief is forgetting for one beautiful second. It's laughing at something funny, turning to tell the person you love and needing silence instead. It's hearing your favorite song and smiling before the ache arrives. It's reaching for another plate before remembering there's only one. The cruelest moments aren't the painful ones, they're the hopeful ones. The moments my heart still believes you'll walk through the door. If I could Let me complain about traffic. Let me wait while you decide what to eat. Let me hear you ask, can we stay a little longer? 'Cause now I know the moments we called ordinary were quietly becoming the greatest days of our lives. I've been carrying the weight of an almost forever, but I finally learned that love was never measured by forever. It was measured by the way you changed me. Before you, I was only existing with you. I discovered what living truly felt like after you. I learned that the deepest love doesn't disappear. It becomes the voice that reminds you to be kinder, to hold people a little longer, to say I love you before walking away, and to never believe there's always another tomorrow. Even if forever was taken from us, no one can take away the beautiful truth that for one unforgettable chapter of my life, I was completely and deeply loved by you. Maybe that's why I still miss you. Not because I can't accept goodbye, but because meeting you was the closest my heart has ever come to forever. There are words still waiting on my tongue, conversations time never let us have, questions that no longer need answers, dreams that never got the chance to grow old. We thought life would give us 1,000 ordinary evenings, enough time to become strangers to our youth, enough years to laugh about the days we struggled. We didn't know some stories are interrupted, not because they run out of love, but because they run out of time. I used to think an unfinished story meant failure. Now I know some stories are complete simply because they were real. We never finished our love, we only finished our time. There are still sunsets with your name on them, still songs that belong to your smile. Every promise we couldn't keep lives quietly inside me, like a house whose lights are still on long after everyone has gone. We never finished our love, it just became a place I visit every time I close my eyes. I don't wonder who you'd be today, I wonder who we'd be together. Will we still dance in the kitchen? Will we still argue over nothing? Would your hand still find mine without either of us thinking? People say it's dangerous to imagine the life you never had, baby, but sometimes those dreams are all that's left of forever. If I ever see you again, don't ask me how I've been, just walk beside me. Let's talk about ordinary things. What this morning. How the coffee tastes, how the flowers came back this spring. Because love was never built on extraordinary moments. It was built on the quiet miracle of simply sharing a life. We never finished our love, and maybe we never needed to, because you gave me something that even goodbye couldn't take. You taught me that love isn't measured by how long two people stay together. It's measured by the way one heart continues beating inside another. So if this is where our story ends, let it also be where gratitude begins. Because I'd rather carry a lifetime of missing you than live a lifetime never having loved you at all. Some loves end with a goodbye. Ours never did. It simply became the quiet part of my soul that still whispers your name whenever the world grows still. We always thought the best was coming, a better job, a bigger house, another trip, another summer, another reason to celebrate. We were so busy looking ahead that we never noticed we were already living the days we'd one day miss the most. Nobody tells you that while you're waiting for life to begin, life is quietly happening. Maybe we were the good old days. Maybe those nights were everything. The cheap coffee, the long drives, the conversations that never seemed to end. I thought happiness would last forever, so I never stopped to hold it close. Now every memory reminds me how beautiful an ordinary life can be. Maybe we were the good old days. We just didn't know it yet. Sometimes I smile at the smallest things, a song you used to sing, a place we always visited, a joke only we understood. The world keeps changing around me, but those little moments never do. They stay exactly as they were, waiting for me whenever I need you. If I could go back, I wouldn't try to change our story. I'd simply slow it down. I'd stay a little longer after every goodbye. Take one more picture, hold your hand for no reason at all. Because love was never hiding in the big moments, it was always there in the little ones. Maybe we were the good old days. Maybe that's why they still feel so close. You may be gone, but the life we shared still reminds me how to smile. I don't carry our memories because I can't move on. I carry them because they made me who I am. someone asked me what the happiest time of my life was, I'll think of us before either of us knew those ordinary days would become forever. The good old days never feel special while you're living them. They become special when they're all that's left to remember. We never tried to make perfect memories. We were just living, running late for dinner, watching movies we'd never finish, taking the long way home just because we liked being together. Back then it all felt so ordinary. Now those moments mean everything. It's strange how life works. The days you barely notice become the ones you never forget. We were just living, never thinking we were making memories. I thought there would always be another morning, another weekend, another year. I never become the big ones. Now I'd give anything to go back to one ordinary day when loving you was simply part of my routine. I still remember the way you'd smile when you caught me looking at you, the way you reached for my hand without saying a word. Those moments didn't seem important then, but now they're the ones I hold on to the most. If I could live one day again, I wouldn't choose a holiday or some unforgettable adventure. I'd choose an average Tuesday, the kind of day we would have forgotten if it hadn't become impossible to have again. We were just living, and somehow that became the greatest gift. Not because everything was perfect, but because we were together. I finally understand that happiness isn't something you find once. It's something you quietly live without realizing how precious it is. We were just living, and those were the best days of my life. I thought life was waiting somewhere in the future. I never realized it was sitting beside me the whole time. Left little things for later, the trip we wanted to take, the pictures we kept meaning to print, the conversations we'd finish someday. We always believed there would be another weekend, another season, another chance to slow down. We didn't know life was counting the days while we weren't. The hardest part of looking back is seeing how rich we already were without knowing it. We thought love had time to grow, time to forgive, time to say everything we forgot to say. But time has never belonged to anyone. It only lets us borrow a few beautiful moments, then quietly ask for them back. We thought love had time, so we never imagined how quickly forever could become a memory. Now I understand why you always wanted to stay a little longer, why you'd stop to watch the sunset or take the longer road home. You weren't wasting time, you were living it. I was too busy looking ahead to notice we were already there. If I could go back, I wouldn't ask for a different ending. I'd ask for a different way of seeing. I noticed your laugh a little more. I'd put my phone away sooner. I'd hold your hand even when there was no reason to, because love was never waiting for a special moment. It was hiding inside the ordinary ones. We thought love had time, but love only has today. So if I learned anything from losing you, it's this: never leave kindness for tomorrow. Never save I love you for later. Never rush through an ordinary evening, because one day it may become the moment you give everything to live again. We thought love had time. Now I know love only asks us to be fully present while we do. The greatest mistake I ever made was believing there would always be another chance.